Let's start with a scene you probably know all too well. The alarm goes off. It's 5 a.m. It's dark, it's cold, and all you've had is a quick glass of water. You drag yourself to the gym running on a single powerful promise, the promise that this sacrifice, this raw discipline, is the ultimate key to burning body fat. It's a story we've all been told by fitness gurus, by high achievers. But what if I told you that for many of you, that story isn't just wrong, it's a lie? What if that 5 a.m. alarm, the very symbol of your commitment, is actually the one thing sabotaging the results you're working so hard for? Today, we're not just questioning a workout schedule. We are challenging an entire belief system. We are diving deep into the morning workout paradox.
All right, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to look at the fat loss promise itself. Why did we all buy into this idea in the first place? Then, we'll get into the science of your body's internal clock. After that, we'll uncover a major flaw in the logic, what I call the performance paradox. Then we'll explore the hidden enemies of fat loss: sleep, stress, and cortisol. We'll then rebuild from the ground up, looking at what truly matters most. And finally, we'll get practical, helping you find your optimal time to train. Before we jump in, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check out the links in the description if you're looking for a real estate agent in your market or you need life insurance. My team and I can help you anywhere nationwide. Okay, let's do this.
So this is the core question we are trying to answer today. And let me be clear, this is not about saying morning workouts are bad. For some people, they are absolutely the best choice. This is about one thing: personalization. It's about finally understanding that your body has its own unique operating system. The one-size-fits-all rule you've been sold might be the very reason you feel stuck. The goal here isn't to give you a new rule, it's to give you a new lens to see your own biology more clearly.
Okay, first up, the fat loss promise, the allure of the early bird. We have to start here because the popularity of the morning workout is no accident. It's built on a really powerful story, right? The early bird gets the worm. We're shown images of the world's most successful people up at dawn, crushing their goals while everyone else is asleep. But beyond that powerful idea, there's a biological promise that sounds almost too good to be true. A promise that you can basically hack your body to become a fat-burning machine. Let's look at exactly how that promise is made.
And here it is. This is the engine behind the entire movement: fasted cardio. The best way to think about it is like this. Your body has two types of fuel. First, you have the quick and easy energy from the food you ate yesterday. That's called glycogen. Think of it like cash in your wallet. But then you have your long-term energy reserves, your stored body fat. That's your savings account. Now, after an 8-hour sleep, the cash in your wallet, your glycogen, is pretty low. So the theory is, if you work out now on an empty stomach, your body has no choice but to go straight to the savings account, your body fat, to pay for that workout. It sounds like the perfect biological shortcut, doesn't it? I mean, why wouldn't you want to directly burn the very fat you're trying to lose? But, and this is a big but, that beautifully simple theory slams right into a much more complex reality: you. Your body isn't some simple engine. It's more like a complex orchestra, and it's being conducted by a hidden master clock that runs on its own schedule. When you try to force a workout at the wrong time for your body, you're not making music, you're just creating noise. So let's meet the conductor. This is the master program that runs your entire life, whether you know it or not, your circadian rhythm. It's a 24-hour cycle, and it's hardwired deep into your DNA. Think of it as your body's internal CEO. It's what tells your body when to release key hormones like cortisol to wake you up, or testosterone for performance. It controls your digestion, your body temperature, your metabolism, everything. This system is ancient, calibrated by thousands of years of exposure to sunlight, preparing our ancestors to be active during the day and to rest and repair at night. And when it comes to our discussion, it's the ultimate decider of when your body is actually ready to perform at its peak.
Now here's where it gets really interesting and really personal. While every single one of us has this master clock, we are absolutely not all on the same time zone. This is what's known as your chronotype, and it is largely determined by your genetics. So are you a morning lark? You know, someone who just naturally wakes up at 6 a.m., full of energy, ready to go? Or are you a night owl? Someone whose brain really only switches on in the afternoon and who feels their strongest and most creative long after sunset. Society loves to praise the lark and call the owl lazy. But science is very clear. This isn't a choice. It's not a matter of discipline. It is your biology. So take a second and be honest with yourself. Which one are you?
And this is where that well-intentioned morning workout can become a weapon that you are using against yourself. When a natural night owl forces themselves to wake up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym, they're literally starting a war with their own body. This isn't just about feeling a bit groggy. Scientists have a term for it: Chrono disruption. The best way to think about it is like giving yourself jet lag every single day. Your body is screaming at you that it needs to rest and repair, but you're forcing it to lift heavy weights. This internal conflict sends stress signals rippling through your entire system. It can mess with your insulin sensitivity, disrupt your hunger hormones, and ultimately create a state of metabolic chaos, all in the name of losing fat.
This brings us to what is quite possibly the single biggest misunderstanding in the entire fitness world. It's the core paradox of this whole debate. We've been trained to obsess over what happens during that 1 hour we spend in the gym. But what if that's the completely wrong thing to focus on? What if burning more fat during your workout has almost nothing to do with losing more body fat over the long term? This is where we need to separate the marketing myth from the metabolic reality.
Just let that sink in for a moment. Burning more fat during a workout doesn't necessarily increase total daily fat loss. This single, science-backed statement pretty much dismantles the entire argument for why fasted morning cardio is superior. See, your body is an incredibly smart accountant. It's always balancing its energy budget over a full 24-hour period. So if you force it to burn a bit more fat for fuel in the morning, it can simply compensate by burning more carbs and sugars for the rest of the day. It's like taking $20 from your left pocket and putting it in your right. At the end of the day, you're no wealthier. You might feel like you won the 6 a.m. battle, but you're still losing the 24-hour war.
Okay, let's break this down side by side because this is so important. On the left, you have acute fat oxidation. That's the fuel you're burning in the moment during the workout. Yes, it's true that this number is higher when you're in a fasted state, but honestly, it's a vanity metric. It feels good, but it doesn't guarantee the one thing that actually matters, which is a calorie deficit. Now look at the right side, long-term fat loss. This is the actual goal. This is what changes your body, and it's driven by your total daily energy balance, day after day. It's about consistency, your diet, and your overall activity. You have to stop chasing the feeling of burning fat and start building a system that actually results in losing it. So here is exactly how the self-sabotage plays out. It's a chain reaction. First, you fight your natural body clock to wake up early. Your energy levels are on the floor. Because your energy is low, you simply can't push as hard. That means you lift lighter weights, you run a little slower, you do fewer reps. Well, a lower intensity workout burns fewer total calories. But here's where it gets even worse. Forcing your body to perform in that high-stress, low-energy state can actually cause it to break down your precious muscle tissue for fuel. And that is the ultimate sin when it comes to fat loss. Muscle is your metabolic engine. The more you have, the more calories you burn, even at rest. So by losing muscle, you're slowing down your metabolism, making it easier to gain fat in the future. The very workout you thought was helping you lose fat is actually making your body better at storing it.
And the paradox runs even deeper than just what happens in the gym. We need to talk about the invisible forces that really control your ability to lose fat, your hormones. And the single biggest lever you can pull to control your hormones is sleep. We're about to dive into the hormonal impact of workout timing, which is a huge piece of this puzzle. But first, a quick reminder. Before we jump in, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check out the links in the description if you're looking for a real estate agent in your market or you need life insurance. My team and I can help you anywhere nationwide. Okay, let's talk about the real cost of that 5 a.m. alarm. Let me be as clear as I possibly can be on this point. If your early workout means you are regularly sacrificing sleep, you are actively sabotaging your fat loss goals. Full stop. It's not even a debate. That extra hour of high-quality sleep is infinitely more valuable to your metabolism than a low-energy, half-hearted workout. When you're sleep-deprived, your body treats it like a major threat. It responds by flooding your system with the stress hormone cortisol. And chronically high cortisol is a complete nightmare for fat loss. It increases your cravings for high-sugar, high-fat foods. It literally tells your body to store fat, especially around your midsection. And it makes your body more resistant to insulin. Your workout is actually creating the perfect hormonal storm for fat gain.
This chart really shows you the vicious cycle. Just follow the bars. On the far left, as the hours of sleep bar goes down, look what happens to the next one. Cortisol levels. It shoots straight up. But here's the knockout blow. Look at that third bar, fat storage potential. It rises right along with cortisol. This isn't a theory, it's cause and effect. Less sleep equals more stress, and more stress equals a body that is hormonally primed to store fat, not burn it. You cannot out-train a body that is chemically programmed to work against you.
Okay, so we've spent a lot of time tearing down the old way of thinking. We've seen how your chronotype, your performance, and your hormones can turn that morning workout against you. Now, you might be thinking, I'm telling you to never train in the morning, but that's not the point. The real answer comes from understanding what actually moves the needle. It's time to put the pieces back together and build a new model based on the real drivers of fat loss. When we want the real truth in science, we look for something called a systematic review. That's not just one study, it's a study of all the credible studies on a topic. It's the highest level of evidence we have. And what do these massive reviews find? The answer is incredibly clear. When you control for the things that really matter, like total calories and total amount of exercise, there is no significant difference in fat loss between people who train in the morning and people who train in the evening. This is the smoking gun. It proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that the time on the clock is not the king. It's a small variable, not the main event.
So if workout timing isn't the king, what is? Well, this is it. This is the blueprint. Think of it like a pyramid. At the very bottom, the massive, unshakable foundation is number 1, total energy balance. You have to burn more calories than you consume. If that's not in place, nothing else matters. The pyramid will collapse. Right above that, number 2, is consistency. The best program in the world is useless if you don't actually do it. Next, at number 3, is your overall nutrition, getting enough protein, fiber, and nutrients. Then, number 4 is sleep and stress management, which we just saw as a huge hormonal lever. And only then, at the very tiny tip of the pyramid, do we find number 5, workout timing. It's the final optimization, the last 5%. But far too many of us spend all our time and energy worrying about that tiny peak, while our foundation is built on sand.
So let's make this really practical. Let's do a quick personal audit. Ask yourself these 4 questions. First, is your workout fighting your natural body clock? Are you a true night owl trying to force a 5 a.m. session? Second, are your fasted workouts just weak? Do you feel like you're performing at 50%? Third, are you sacrificing sleep to make it happen? Are you consistently getting less than 7 hours? And finally, fourth, could you honestly train harder, longer, and better if you wanted at a different time? If you answered yes to any of these, it's a huge sign that your current schedule is backfiring.
And that brings us to the final and most important point of this entire breakdown. The goal here was never to tell you that morning workouts are bad. The goal was to free you from the dogma that they are automatically best. Good science doesn't give you a rigid set of rules to follow. It gives you a map and a compass, empowering you to find the path that works for you.
So here it is. This is the simple 3-part checklist to find your perfect workout time. Number 1, consistency. Can you actually stick to this time week after week without it feeling like a miserable chore? Number 2, performance. Do you feel strong and energized when you train at this time? Can you actually push yourself? And number 3, recovery. Does this workout time allow you to get 7-8 hours of quality sleep every single night? If you could put a check mark next to all 3 of those, you've found your answer. It doesn't matter if it's 6 a.m., noon, or 9 p.m. Stop training according to someone else's clock and start listening to your own. That is the only secret you'll ever need.
So I'll leave you with this one final question to think about. Take an honest look at your current routine, your energy levels, your motivation, and your results. Are you training at the time that is truly best for you, or are you training at the time you were simply told was best? The answer to that question could be the key that finally unlocks all the progress you've been fighting for. Thank you for joining this deep dive. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more explainers like this, and check out the links in the description if you're looking for a real estate agent in your market or you need life insurance. My team and I can help you anywhere nationwide. Now go find your optimal time.